it's your girl, Kiwi Love You Kinks. I'm back with another video. So we're gonna go ahead and I just wanted to do a review on this NYX Plump Right Back Primer. This is filled with like electrolytes, and it's supposed to have like a plumping serum to like basically like bring color back into your face. So I'm gonna do a talk through with this, and I'm just basically gonna be doing a everyday, you know, on your way to go type of makeup look, because as you can see, I'm pretty much wearing streetwear. So I figured, why not film today? So as always, I'm basically gonna be doing my brows first. I mean, I really don't have to do my eyebrows first, but I really wanted to do them first. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my NYX The Brow Glue just to tame my brows down before I actually fill them in. So, but how have you guys been? I told y'all I wasn't gonna go MIA again. Like, I tried. I told y'all. But usually, like, when just for those who are like watching, like, you know, me do it this way, like, a lot of people have been asking me, like, do I prefer a pencil or the pomade? I really don't have a preference. Like, I just go based off of like my mood. Like, I really don't have a preference when it comes to like doing certain techniques. And I'm gonna put a little bit of gloss on because my lips, I'm not feeling that. Yeah, I'm gonna be using my Morphe Eyebrow Pomade. This color is in Chocolate Mousse. And I'm basically just gonna use this to sculpt out my eyebrows. I'm not gonna do anything too fancy today because this is supposed to be like a natural beat. So I'm gonna be very light-handed on my application of this. And this is also my first time trying this pomade on my brows. So I'm a little nervous about it because I used to use the NYX pomade, and then I started getting sketchy. Like, I was just like, okay, it dries out too much for me. Like, you cannot, the lifetime that it's supposed to last on that box is just not true. Like, I think you get a good, what 12 months with it. It's not even close to 12 months. Like, and the one that I got mine like over the summer, and when I say like it starts to dry out as soon as you open it, that is exactly what happens with it. So yeah, but I have heard some good things about the NYX pomade. I mean the Morphe pomade. I just know, like, I was thinking about trading and getting Anastasia Beverly Hills the Brow Wiz, or just try the pomade, because I'm really a pomade type of person. Like, I like to really like do my own thing when it comes to the brows, like especially like on my the days where I'm like really moody. I know if I use a pencil, like, I'm gonna be kind of like, I ain't gonna really be feeling it like using the pencil. So it's really I guess if you can say I have like a preference when it comes to like using pomades, but I'm very versatile. Like, if I want to be quick, I'll go ahead and just sculpt them out with a pencil, because it's so much easier doing it that way. But I just like the creamy finish that I get with the pomade. It makes me feel like more professional, which is really crazy, but it's definitely like, as you guys can see, like, I'm not like trying to like box my brows in. I'm like being very light-handed when I get closer to the outer part of, well, the inner part of my brow, and I'm just kind of like filling out any gaps that I might see. That's why it's almost essential for me to use my ring light when I do my makeup, because there are some specks that you can miss if you don't have the right lighting while you're doing your makeup. For my concealer, I am going to be using the Morphe 2 High and Peak Concealer. This color is Peak of Golden. I actually ended up coming across this by accident. because I was so stuck on using the Tarte concealer to scope out my brows. But I figured, why not try something different? And I tested it, and I really like how the shades have those gold pigments that, you know, that helps like when I'm like sculpting my brows. So what I'm just gonna do is I'm just gonna put a little bit on my forehead, and then I'm going to use one of my brow brushes by Morphe to just sculpt them out. And I'm not gonna do anything too fancy, just some regular stuff. Okay. Actually, yeah, I'm just gonna sculpt it with this. What is crazy about this is that it's super lightweight. I thought this was gonna be like extremely pigmented, but it's not. Well, not that it's not pigmented, it's just maybe I'm like being very light-handed on my application. But I'm getting that full coverage. Okay, because that's what I was looking for. I don't think I'm gonna do the top of my brows today. I'm just not feeling like doing the top. I usually do the top when I'm gonna be like playing with colors, you know, with my eyeshadows and stuff. So I figured today I would be like really simple with the eyeshadows. I'm not gonna do too much. Just, yeah, simple but elegant. And I am loving this though. Oh, by the way, I did wash and moisturize my face with the products that I usually use. The Fenty line is just, I'm never gonna stop using it. Like, y'all see my face right now? Like, I don't have on any makeup other than my brows. Like, and I just like how I just get that perfect glow. Like, that is one of the reasons why I'm probably never gonna stop using Fenty. I mean, there are a few Fenty haters out here. I'm not gonna say any names, but I've heard a few people, they were just like, Fenty isn't even like all that. I'm just like, yes it is. Like, I will literally fight you over Fenty. Like, don't play with me. Don't play with Riri like that, like, please. So I'm just gonna do my shadow while I'm at it, because I know I'm not gonna be doing anything too extra. Just put a little bit of the eyeshadow like on my lids, but I kind of like the transition that you get from your natural, well, if you have like kind of like that little tan line on your lids like me, like it's so much easier to use like neutral shades on there if you're doing like transition colors. For people who really like to wear natural makeup, that is like one of the tips that I've learned. So I need to find my brush. What did I do with the brush? I'm gonna go ahead and use one of my blending crease brushes. This is a It Cosmetic brush. This is the number 105, and I'm just gonna be using this to like move around some of my eyeshadows. I'm really just gonna do like one color, like something that's close to like my natural like contour line on my eyebrow, eyelid. And I'm gonna go into my main event palette by Morphe, and I'm thinking I'm just going to be using this acoustic color, and I'm probably just gonna like blend it with the Willis, the brown Willis. Oh, you can't see it, sorry guys. I'm gonna be using the acoustic, and I'm gonna be like blending it back and forth with the Willis color. So let's do this. Ooh. I just really like how pigmented this palette is. Like, I don't usually use this palette as much as I should, but I'm really liking that. Ooh, that's cute. Like, I already knew as soon as I applied it, like when I saw how it was blending in with that natural contour. Yeah, this is gonna be the one. This is it. I always say that when I do my makeup, like I'll be like, oh yeah, this is gonna be it. That's my problem. Like, I don't even be knowing how to how it finishes yet before I just open my mouth and just say like, yeah, this gonna be it. Okay girl, you didn't even finish your foundation. You just went there without like consulting with the makeup gods. Like, come on now. I'm gonna use a little bit of shimmer, but I want to use that. I'm gonna apply that with my hands. But before I do that, I'm going to put my Wellness shade in my crease. Yeah, just tapping it in, not doing too much. I'm just kind of like moving it a little bit over. Because this is, like I said, this is a pretty pigmented palette. I really like how these colors are showing up on me though, like, no doubt. All right, Morphe, y'all always tend to be playing. And I want to give a shout out to my best friend because he is the person that bought this palette for me. I don't remember what the occasion was, but thank you, bestie. And what's crazy is he knows nothing about makeup, so for him to like get this palette, like, it means a lot. It really does. I treasure this palette. That's probably why I don't use it as I could. So I'm gonna be using the Free Spirit shimmer shade right here in the corner, and I'm just gonna be putting that in the center of my eyelid. I'm gonna use my fingers to do it, just so I could be a little bit precise with where I want it to lay. This is cool. This is just enough. It has a little bit of that brown sugar vibe, and it's also very natural. I just can't get over how pigmented this palette is. Like Morphe, like what do you guys do? Like, how do you guys make these palettes the way that y'all do? Like, ooh. Yes, okay. All right, that's enough. That's enough shadow. We're not gonna be doing too much. My mind just literally just like jumped like 4 hoops and was just like, girl, no, we're gonna do some more with the eyes. But no, we're not. No. Let me go ahead. I think I'm going to go ahead and pop on some lashes. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be using my Naked lashes. These are by Ardell. These are like super natural. They don't have too much of that fluttery look. Like, I have long lash, semi-long lashes. I got a little something, but it's like major lashes. It's just very, 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 very simple. So I'm just gonna apply just a little bit, or a lot. And I'm gonna apply some on my bottom lash too. I'm gonna put a little bit on it now, but then when I'm done with my foundation, that's when I'll add more. Because I noticed that sometimes when you add like your mascara after you do your highlight, some of it can like fall out, and nobody wants that, so we're not gonna do that. All right, let me add my lashes. I'm gonna have to start prepping like my makeup before. It was bent. Like, look at this. And these are one-time usage lashes, so they're not like to be reused. I know some people they try to reuse one-time use lashes, but it just never really works out. And I'm gonna be using my Sephora lash glue. This was super cheap, but it's like an adhesive. It has like a little brush. It's like, pretty sure yeah. I was like rushing, and I was at the mall, and I needed something for my lashes, so I just went on ahead and just I feel like I should use my tweezers, but they're aligning the way that I want them to. And it's definitely blending in well with my natural lash too, so I love that. That is my next one. soft beat, flirty. Let me put a little bit more of the mascara on the bottom. Okay, that's cool. Alright, now I'm gonna go ahead and use my primer. I've been so excited to use this. Like, I was really nervous about it at first, but now I think I'm a little bit more confident with using it. And in total, I used 2 pumps. Half of a pump here, half of a pump here, half of a pump here, and half of a pump here. So I'm starting to see a little bit of the facial lotion that I used, my Fenty Hydra Vizor moisturizer. I'm starting to see that like kind of like blend in a little bit with the primer. I'm hoping that this is like a gripping like primer. I prefer those simply because they make your foundation look like flawless, like when you apply it on your face. So I'm hoping that is what I'm getting, what I'm giving. That's seamless. For my foundation, figured that since I'm probably gonna be wearing my makeup most of the day, I decided that I'm probably gonna be using my Too Faced Born This Way. This is the matte finishing 24-hour undetectable, and this color is Butter Pecan. I know for a fact I'm not gonna be able to use a lot of this because I really don't use this foundation as much unless I'm like going out or something. But I know that I'm gonna be wearing this makeup probably for the rest of the day, so I thought, why not? And I'm also going to be applying my makeup with my NYX foundation brush, and it's like super firm on the top, like, and it's super soft. Like, I think that was what stole me. So we're basically a mixture of like drugstore products and like professional high-end products as well, because why not? So let's just be super swift with this. So I don't want to apply too much of it like under my eyes, because I noticed that when you apply like too much foundation like on your whole face and then like you put it right under your eyes and you put your concealer on top, you can get that cakey look doing it that way. And I am not one of those type of people that like the cakey look, so it's a no for me. And y'all see how swift this is like coming on my face? I am totally sold. And this brush is definitely doing its job. Like, when I say definitely doing this job, it's giving me exactly what I'm looking for. Definitely giving natural. So I know you guys might see a little bit of like the dark spots, like blemish marks and stuff. That is okay because my concealer is gonna come and save the day. I'm gonna go in with the Morphe concealer, and I'm also going to be using a little bit of my Tarte concealer. I believe these are 2 different shades. I'm hoping that one is lighter than the other. I actually haven't tested the theory too much. I'm just gonna have to look at the tips of the brushes to confirm. And it looks like they are the exact same color, except this one, the Morphe, is just a little bit like more pink. Well, not pink, but like has a little bit more gold pigment in it. So for the sake of that, I am just gonna go ahead and just use the Morphe concealer because I've already been using it for the look. So yeah. It's so creamy, and I love the way this feels on my face. Like, it's so soft. And I'm gonna do a mustache. Okay, just a little mustache. There's nothing wrong with a little facial hair, guys. We're gonna do that. And blend. Okay, and I wanna do my forehead first. And kind of move this around my lips, so just a little bit. I'm gonna do my forehead. And I decided that I would do my nose last. So guys, don't think I forgot to do the nose. You can't forget to do the nose. You have to do the nose. Like, it's important. Super important. And I know you guys see that like Megamind forehead. It's okay, we gonna fix that too. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do my nose. I'm gonna apply just a little bit on my nose. Now, I'm gonna let that one get a little bit tacky too. I'm gonna work on under my eyes. This is definitely the look that I was going for. But my favorite part is really the contouring. Like, that is like essential when you're doing a highlight. I'm really taking my sweet time in the center because you don't want to do too much. Don't do too much. I'm going to also set under my eyes. Really like one of those type of people that don't really like to bake anymore as much as I used to. I used to like baking, but I only notice that I tend to bake in the summertime. In the wintertime, my face is like basically craving for moisture. Baking, I'm just gonna set it with my powder. I'm gonna be using my Revolution setting powder. This shade is in Banana Deep. You just have to tell yourself, trust the process. Trust the process, Kiwi. Trust the process. Trust. No, I'm just playing. Trust. So, I also wanted to implement another product. I really don't use this as much as I should, but things are gonna change. I'm gonna be using my Juvia's foundation stick to contour my my cheek, because this is a super pigmented product. I'm just dabbing it, you know? Just do a little dab. You don't need to do too much, just do a dab. And that is all you really need. Do it around the forehead. I hate to be like really negative, but this is like, it's almost like putting okay, I'm not gonna say it. If you guys know me, y'all know where I'm going with this. So yeah. Be using a beauty blender, the same beauty blender actually, but I'm just gonna be using this end, the angled end, to like blend in my contour and put that color in my face. I noticed that a lot of beginners, they start out with the blenders. Some people like to start out with brushes. The brushes can be on the pricey side depending on like what you plan to do with your makeup looks, you know? So I am really doing this for the newcomers. I think maybe I'm gonna do like a drugstore like makeup tutorial just so you guys can have a little something. I'm probably gonna be debating on what type of foundation I actually want to use, because the only one that's been reliable that I could use on customers, like clients and myself, on the days that I just want to put a little bit of makeup on but don't want to do too much, is legitimately, and I do mean legitimately, the Fit Me foundation by Maybelline. That is probably the more reliable like makeup. So yeah. But tell me how I'm doing so far with this. Like, I don't usually use a beauty blender to do my contour. I like to use a brush, but I'm just feeling kind of lazy today, guys. I'm not even gonna lie. And I really wanted this to like give me like that sun-kissed Moana type, but I also want it to be very natural at the same time. Okay, and so I'm gonna go in and do my contour. I feel like I should use a powdered concealer. Debating. No, we're gonna use that Juvia's Place concealer. We're just gonna use a brush to conceal because, yeah, I'm not feeling the beauty blending technique with the whole contour. That's not what I want to do today. Not feeling that. Use a Real Technique brush to contour my nose, and I'm gonna basically use the foundation stick, and I'm just gonna kind of like just tap it a little bit from the top, and then just pray that I'm not super heavy-handed. So I'm just gonna feather it, like, you know, just feather it, kind of like you're coloring, and eventually you'll be able to see it. Just be light-handed when you do it. Just do it super light, like you're petting a little kitten or something. And I'm gonna tap it just a little bit more for more application. Kind of gonna go over the top a little bit. Let's just disperse the colors. Let me stop. I'm feeling passionate today, guys, so it's not too dramatic, but it's giving me some dimensions, and that was really what I was hoping for. For my ladies with the button noses, know that you guys are loved, okay? I know it's hard to like follow some YouTubers that have, you know, they might have like similar like skin chemicals as you, or they might have the same preferences that you have when you do your makeup, but there are times where you can come across, you know, some YouTubers, and you know, it's hard to like completely follow through with their makeup routine because they don't have like the same like features that you have. So it's like it's definitely one of those things that makes it a little bit difficult when it comes to like, you know, following through with a routine. Like, you might get the idea for the eyeshadow, but like, you know, that inspiration on like, you know, like doing your nose and stuff like that, like that can be a little challenging. With that same brush that I was using, I'm gonna use that to like buffer under my eyes. I'm gonna be very light-handed because this is a pretty big brush. This brush is pretty big, but like I said, today's a lazy day. Let's just see if it works. No, I'm gonna need a smudge brush. It was fun while it lasted. Okay, we're gonna use this smudge brush right here, and we're just gonna put that under my eyes so I can have some color. We're gonna go and use that Wellness, that dark brown, and we're going to set that under the eye. A little bit of color. Yeah, it's the details. It's the details. It's the details. Don't forget to tell yourself, trust the process. Make sure you trust the process. I'm feeling a little peachy today, so I'm gonna go ahead and use a blush. But I'm gonna be very light-handed with this brush. I'm not gonna go too far, you know what I'm saying? Well, I'm going to be using this Sweet Cheeks matte blush, and I'm also going to be applying this with my fingers because, like I said, today is a very lazy day. So see, it almost looks like I got hit in the finger and my finger is swollen. Just gonna lightly apply. into the contour line, of course, but I'm gonna tap it just a little bit. So we're gonna start from like here. Just go over just a little bit. We need that other blush in my teeth, just a little bit to give that. I've been in the sun. It's winter, but I still got a little bit of glow to me, you know? And I'm liking how even though I was like very light-handed with the foundation, or even though I applied foundation, I can still see my beauty marks, like my little moles right here through my makeup. That was the big thing. We are going to be doing my lips because we're finishing this look. But before we do the lips, I need to do the bottom lash. I'm actually skipping a step. I said I'm gonna do my lips. No. We are going to use my Fenty Beauty Stick. This is basically a shimmer stick. Yeah, basically put that as my highlighter. And this shade is in Rum. Just tap it just like how I was with the blush. And then I'm just gonna, like, almost like it's a crayon right here. And, you know, the regular places that I seem to do it. So now that it's applied, and I'm also gonna just put a little bit on my forehead. Actually, no, I'm not doing that. I'm so used to like doing like the dramatics for my makeup. Like I don't even know if I know how to do like a regular soft beat. Like this is the closest thing I'm gonna get to a soft beat. I'm sorry, y'all. If it is too much, you on the wrong channel. No, I'm just kidding. Just don't do the shadow. If you're feeling a little overwhelmed, don't do the shadow. But I mean, why not do the shadow? I don't think anything's wrong with doing the shadow. I mean, shadow, girl, you gotta shine bright like a diamond, basically, just like the song. Like, I'm gonna put a little bit, like, it's the details, baby. It's the details. It's about the details. The details. I think I want to do just a gloss, you know, really thinking that I want to do a light pink, like a soft rum. The brown liner I'm going to be using, this is Club Hopper. This is the darkest one that I have. I think this is the darkest one that NYX has. Let's just be, well, they have the, we're not going to talk about that. Just do it. And this one is like almost gone. Like, oh my gosh, I use this one so much. Ooh. Okay, we're gonna be light-handed with this one because it's a little purple on my lips. Okay. Because remember, Kiki, soft beat. Well, I'm thinking between these two shades, the Ginger Snap and the Praline, but because I'm going in with a light color, I think I'm just gonna do the Ginger Snap. So we're gonna do Ginger Snap. And it's pretty brown and purple and pink at the same time. No, it's not. It's more like it's like a dark mead, mauve, whatever, however you guys pronounce it. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Like, come on. Really cute. Like, I'm really feeling this. I should just leave it like this, but no, above and beyond. We're gonna go in with, this color is Butter. This is the NYX Lingerie lip gloss, and we're just gonna go on in the center because this is like an ombre slash lip. Y'all see that? Okay, let me stop. I'm feeling goofy today. I'm really like in one of the moods. Okay, so I'm going to set my makeup makeup with my mattifying continuous mist spray by Morphe. This is gonna be an all-day look because I'm gonna be wearing this makeup long term today. So I wanted to get that matte finish so I don't have to worry too much about, you know, the oil perspirating in my face and all of that. So here goes nothing. One more spray. All right. I'm so addicted to this process. It's like a ritual for me. So because I want to keep that like sun bright color going on my face, go ahead and use like a facial spray. This is the Mara Badie School. This is like a facial spray. I like to use it for toning purposes on my makeup. It's the one with the sage and the orange blossom. So it's gonna brighten up my face a little bit too. So. We only need about 2 sprays really. Yeah, we're just gonna do 2. And I'm just gonna let this, set and